What's going on, everybody? Mile High back at it with another Clash of Clans video. Today we've got a very unique, really fun attack strategy. Let me tell you, this is very refreshing. With the current meta of just spamming Root Riders and Dragons, this is one of the most fun attacks I've used in a long time. I'm really enjoying it. So you see here we've got 5 healers, 14 furnaces, and you might be thinking to yourself, what is that going to do? And then quad clone. I'll show you guys once we get into it, but here's the equipment on the heroes. I'm running the Earthquake Boots, Spiky Ball, and the King. You could run Mini Prince as well if you wanted to. On the Queen, we are running the Action Figure and the Healer Puppet. On the Warden, we're using the Life Gem and the Rage Gem. And then we're using the Hog Puppet and the Electro Boots on the Royal Champion. So I'm going to hop into a couple of Friendly Challenge replays first, and then I'm going to show you guys some Legend League attacks with this. It's really fun. Alright, so what you're going to want to do when you first load into the base is you're going to want to identify a corner that's safe. So as you see here, this base is really well protected by ground expos on all 4 corners. So we don't really have any room on the outside to drop stuff. And then another thing you want to watch for is mortars, because you don't want to drop your furnaces in range of those mortars. So as you see, the corners are safe, but we got to drop really far to the outside. And the reason that isn't as good is because if you have more room, you can drop your furnaces closer to the walls. That way they stay raged up by your Warden for longer. So what you're going to want to do is just identify that, and then you're going to drop 10 or so, 9 or 10 furnaces on a corner, as you see there. And you see what I mean here? If we could have dropped them closer, they'll stay raged up from your Rage Gem from your Warden longer. But here, we have the ground expos and the mortars too close, so I didn't want to drop them too close. We just drop them back there. They'll still get great value, it's just better. I like to drop like 4 back and then 4 a little bit closer, and then wait a second and then drop 4 even closer than that. Something like that, or 3, something like that. I like to save 4 to funnel the other side, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So you see here, we're just going to let them put in work for a while. Let the Warden keep them raged up. They're going to melt through heroes. You don't have to worry about heroes or anything like that. And you see now, we quad clone in as deep into the core as we can get. Unfortunately, a bunch of our boogers got cloned, but it's not the end of the world. That is one annoying thing about having Sneezy on the Warden, but I think it is worth it because it protects your healers so well. And look what we got out with those clones. Got all the way into the core, got a Fire Spitter, and we have a massive funnel set now. So we'll use the Siege Barracks and the rest of our furnaces now to set the other side of the funnel. And then we're going to use our King and our Queen to pull our Warden, and then we're just going to join them up. Now they'll have the Warden support through the base. I like to pop an early Queen ability to get even more healers out from her Healer Puppet, as you see there. And then our Sneezy with the boogers will start protecting all of our healers. And now you have, what is that, 8 healers if they're all still alive, just healing up your heroes now. And there's not that much base left because we carved out such a massive chunk with our furnaces. And we use our King's Earthquake Boots, Spiky Ball to open up walls on the backside. That's very important. That's why I like running the Earthquake Boots, because obviously you don't really have anything to break through walls, and you don't want your Royal Champion to get too far out in front while the rest of your heroes are beating on walls. And we also have more furnaces that come out of the Siege Barracks after to just keep supporting and cleaning up trash. And it'll help with Clan Castle troops, it'll help with heroes, stuff like that. I wouldn't even worry about the Clan Castle, honestly, with this attack, because there's so many Fire Spirits coming out of the furnaces. All that fire just melts through Clan Castle troops. And see here, Queen's going to take out that Inferno Tower over the wall, and now there's really nothing left that can stop us. We pop our Royal Champion ability, and she's actually getting healed back up a little bit. Our King's still alive, barely holding on down there. Our Giant from our Action Figure, which we popped right away, is still alive. And as you see here, our furnaces heading towards that Ricochet Cannon now. They're going to start to jump, and now they will take that out, which is really clutch, because that was basically the only thing left that could damage us, but it wouldn't have mattered. We still have healers. We still have all 4 heroes alive. Our Giant's alive. We still have the furnaces trickling out of our Siege Barracks. A nice crushing 3 stars. As you see, this is a really fun attack. It's a pretty spammy attack as well, but it does take a little bit of skill to make sure you get the funnel set and get your heroes funneled into the base. But honestly, that's pretty simple when you have this many furnaces. So let's go hop into one more friendly challenge, and then I'll get into Legend League. Alright, so same concept here. We've got the 4 corners covered by expos pretty well, so that's why we're not going to go in from there. We'll go in from the left side and drop our furnaces back pretty far. We save 5 for the next phase of the attack. You really don't need that many. You really only need like 2 or 3 just to help with your Siege Barracks, just help set that other side of that funnel a little bit quicker. And it also helps take out heroes and stuff like that, or if you pull Clan Castle troops over there, it just helps support your P.E.K.K.A.s and your Wizards out of your Siege Barracks. So we'll just let stuff charge in here. And make sure when you go to clone, make sure there's no boogers in the area so you don't accidentally clone them. I've done that before where I accidentally clone basically all boogers and had like 50 boogers in the core. So you see, I dropped them down away from that one booger just so they wouldn't get hit. And look how fast these Clan Castle Witches are going to get wrecked because of all this fire just sitting on the ground. There's nothing they can do. Town Hall goes down. We're probably not going to get the Clan Castle, but it doesn't matter because we killed all the Clan Castle troops anyway. Everything's just getting wrecked. That Ice Golem slowly getting melted by these Fire Spirits. And I'm just trying to see which way my Warden's going to go so I can make sure I can get the pull with my King and my Queen. Drop our King and our Queen. The Warden is frozen by the Ice Golem, but it'll be fine. He'll pull out now to the outside with our King and our Queen. And then we've got the Siege Barracks with the Furnaces going to set the other side of the funnel. Timed that really well. Our P.E.K.K.A.s are actually going to go into that compartment there and start clearing that, which is really nice. Should get all of our heroes directly into the core here. We're going to use our King's ability to open up this set of walls so we don't have to beat on the walls right here. Works out perfectly. We open up the whole core. The P.E.K.K.A.s do go back around the outside to start clearing trash, which is exactly what I want. I want to make sure these buildings on the outside are getting trimmed out so my heroes stay to the inside of the base. If the Giant would have just swung one more time on that Fire Spitter, it would have went down. But he decides to go beat on a wall because the Queen's standing behind it. That's so annoying how they get lured to the enemy heroes like that so easily. And now, unfortunately, that Fire Spitter that would have been down is wrecking our healers. Hopefully our Queen goes and targets it. No, targets something else. Fortunately, it does turn and gets distracted by the Fire Spirits. That is one nice thing. You just got so many Fire Spirits running across the base. Does a really good job of tanking big defenses to help keep your heroes alive, as well as the boogers from your Warden as well. So you just got a lot of tanking, a lot of, not really tanking, it's more distraction, just to keep stuff off of your heroes. So we're going to 2 times through this. Again, nothing that can stop us because we still have healers alive. We still have our Furnaces coming out from our Siege Barracks, trimming out these last few defenses. And the boogers and the Fire Spirit's going to take out that multi-archer tower. Gold Mine goes down. Another crushing 3-star. So that's how you use it. Now let's go hop into a couple Legend League replays and show you that it does work in Legend League as well. Alright, so on a base like this, we do have a little bit more room to the outside where our Furnaces can't get targeted. So I'll be able to show you a little bit better how to just maximize the value here. Oh, I actually didn't do it on this one. I really could have, though. Oh, the reason I didn't is because I wanted to come in from down here because look at all the value. 3 Inferno Towers and both Fire Spitters and the Clan Castles. That's why I did that. I couldn't drop them any closer because the mortars are down here. We are getting hit by the mortars anyway, so I probably should have only started off with like 5 and then dropped the rest, but it's alright. I could have went over from the sides too and shown you the different way to drop, but I could not resist all this value. The value in here is insane. The Rage Tower, all 3 Infernos, and both Fire Spitters. Yeah, you definitely can't pass that up. We definitely want to get that out of there, because there's really nothing that can stop our heroes at that point. We clone in, rage up the clones, and I think 2 of the Infernos are already down. The 3rd Inferno is about to go down, and then hopefully both of these Fire Spitters go down as well. And we're also getting the enemy Royal Champion, the Clan Castle pulls, which is probably going to walk right into our fire, and that's probably all going to get wrecked as well. Yeah, that's going to happen. Come on. I want that Baby Dragon and that Balloon to go down. The Witches are going to get melted. Yeah, the Witches are already gone. Baby Dragon does survive, but it's no big deal. We got all that value out of there. That's insane. And I'm actually using a troop launcher with this one instead of the Siege Barracks. But as we see here, it's really hard to get the funnel set that way because the Furnaces just don't do damage fast enough to get the funnel set. So our King probably is going to wander. That's why I ended up switching to the Siege Barracks. But as you see here, the troop launcher works as well. And if you are going to use the troop launcher, bring an Ice Golem and 2 Yetis in there. That's what I like to use if I'm using the troop launcher. What you see on a base like this, it does work because the core is pretty much gutted anyway. So our Royal Champion goes and gets the Monolith in the core. So everything else just kind of going around the outside, just like it would with a Root Rider attack, just going around in a U shape after the core is taken out. And this is going to work out perfectly. So the troop launcher going to be throwing the wall breakers, which is another benefit of that. So if you can set the funnel on the outside a little bit quicker, maybe drop a couple Furnaces and bring like a Yeti or 2 maybe to just break off that funnel a little bit quicker, then the troop launcher can be really effective. So that's up to you. I'm showing you guys here that it does work with either. So whichever you guys want to do, that's completely up to you. I think in my other Legend League attack that I'm going to show, I think I used the troop launcher as well. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out when we get there. We're just going to 2 times through this because this base is absolutely crushed. We still have Yetis alive from the troop launcher. We still have Giants alive from the troop launcher. Our Giants alive from our action figure. Look, I think all 4 heroes are up. No, I think our Warden actually went down, but we have all 3 of the other heroes. That base was absolutely smashed. So I'm going to hop into one more Legend League attack, and I'll catch you guys there. Alright, so yeah, we actually do have the troop launcher again with this attack. So just to identify the corner that's safe that you can also get value from. So we're going to go from up here. We just drop them all in a line again. And we're just going to let them push in, clear out the trash first, and then once they get into the heavy-hitting defenses, then we'll start to figure out where to clone them. And this one I actually didn't have the Sneezy on the Warden, which was an accident. I accidentally have the Diggy, which it really isn't going to do anything, because the Diggy is going to die pretty much right off the bat. So now we're going to have nothing to protect against the healers. It shouldn't be a massive deal, but keeping those healers alive is definitely very important, because that's what keeps your heroes alive through the back end of the attack. We clone in here. There's quite a bit of value in this core right here. I should have cloned a little bit deeper, because I probably could have got the Town Hall if I would have cloned just a little bit deeper, but I overlapped them pretty close to each other just to wreck that one compartment as fast as I could. And yeah, that Town Hall definitely would have went down if I would have cloned a little deeper into the base. So again, we got our furnaces down early over here trying to get this funnel set, because again, we don't have the siege barracks with this one. And this time we do a little better job because we got them down a lot earlier. We still have fire spirits over here putting in work, which carved out a massive chunk of the base. Decent funnel set, but as you see, your heroes just end up getting ahead of your furnaces, and all my troops are going to wander to the outside now. Or my king, anyway. My king goes around the outside. Everything else stays pretty centralized, which is alright. It's not as big of a deal if your king wanders in this, because obviously you have more support coming in from your troop launcher with the Yetis. But if you're using the siege barracks, obviously you don't really have any support for your heroes, so this is completely up to you. And like I said, you could tweak it a little bit, maybe add a couple Yetis just to break off this funnel over here a little bit faster, so your troops don't wander to the outside. But we actually get a nice push into the core here. We did lose our king to the outside, but everything else is grouped up beautifully in the core. All under rage from our rage vial from our warden. Look how many healers we have up because of our 5 normal healers, and then we have the 3 from the healers, or the queen's healer puppet rather. Excuse me. So we have 8 healers, and that's why I like having the boogers to keep them alive, because that is just so much healing on your heroes, as well as having that raged up rage vial effect on the healers. Look how crushed this base is. All 4 heroes are still really healthy. We still have a giant alive. All of our healers are still up. That base was absolutely crushed. So this is probably my favorite attack I've used in a long time. I'm probably going to make a couple more videos on this and use it more in Legend League, because it's just that fun. And this will work at any Town Hall as long as you have the furnace unlocked, obviously. I'm not sure exactly what Town Hall you unlock the furnace, but if you do get it at lower Town Halls, it will work. So let me know in the comments how this works for you guys. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.